Hi, welcome to Out of the Rough. My name's Fred Arnold, and in this show, we'll highlight opportunities and solutions to help get you out of the rough and into success, both financially and personally. In these tough economic times, we want to give you practical solutions to many of life's challenges. And today, we have a show with Jerry Citarella. Jerry Citarella is the author of the Truth Helps series.
Help, yes.
Yes, you're a financial planner.
I am.
And with a company called Infinity Wealth Management.
Yes, that's my company out here in Santa Clarita Valley.
Now, Jerry also produces an article in the local newspaper, and the most recent one's Life Insurance, How Much is Appropriate for You. So I want to talk about some of the basics and kind of get into what's most important. But when I was reading your book, there's a section on here about what you don't know and how you can get in trouble because there's a lot that you don't know when it comes to investing.
Right, no question. There are a lot of people that try to do things on their own. And there are a lot of people that think, I have enough information. It's kind of like my golf game. I go out there, I hit the ball, and I think I know enough, and I'm never less than a double bogey golfer.
Right.
But I'm just in denial. I know enough. But when it comes to financial planning, I think it's a little more important. If I don't golf well, no big deal. If you don't plan well, you get to work the rest of your life. You get to leave your children and your family in despair if something happens to you. You don't get to reach all the goals you want. So a lot of people get to a point where they say, I know enough to make a decision, but in reality, you don't know a big chunk of what you should know. So if you don't know what you don't know and you can't know because you won't know, it's all confusing.
Very confusing.
So at some point you have to say, what is it I don't know?
Yep.
Find someone you can trust to help you uncover that and then get to the point you need to get to.
One of the most important things is if you don't know, if you know you don't know.
Right.
If you know you don't know, you're going to be okay because you'll seek out the answers.
Admit it.
I love that. Just the surface of it, there's 3 things you talk about in the book about excuses.
Yes.
You know, the first one, I don't have enough resources.
Right.
You can start with $50 a day or $50 a month saving in an account.
Actually, $25 a month is the minimum in many cases. So whether it be for insurance needs or investment needs, so many people feel like they have to be rich, first of all, to get help. That's the one I hear more than anything else. Well, I don't know how to do it and no one's going to help me because I don't have enough money.
Right.
I'm not a big player. Well, you can set up an account for as little as $25 a month. You can protect your family with insurances for that same amount. So there really is no reason not to. And part of the planning process isn't always putting money to work. It's sometimes planning how you can get enough money to put it to work.
You know what's interesting? When my children were born, I have 4 children, and Alex, Jack, Amy, and Katie. And when they were born, I put $1,000 in a savings account for college and $100 a month. And it's unbelievable how it's grown so that when I have a 16-year-old now, 2 more years. 2 more years. And it's going to be expensive. I'm still going to have to supplement that.
Yeah, no,
But I have the confidence to know that, and I just started small, and that's all you have to do. It could start with $100 a month. It could start with a small amount. It could start with $50 a month, and that's the critical part.
Yeah, and actually there's a section in the book, which we won't get deep into, but it talks about the most important time is the last year. Some people say, well, if I waited another year, big deal. So $100 doesn't grow for 1 year. But if that's saving for 15 years and that 100 becomes 10,000 and you miss that 1 year of growth on the 10,000 before you need it, that's the big one.
Yeah, critical. Planning and investing are too complicated. You can break it down, can't you, for them to make it simple?
We can. It's, I always say I like to explain it so my mom can understand it. Right. And sometimes I think people get too technical with it. Right. Unfortunately, a lot of people in my business love to hear how impressive they are with their big words and their acronyms and their these.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be that way. What I do is I take everything from the bottom, build it up a little bit to the point where it has to get a little complex, and then always end my sessions or my meetings bringing it back to basics, which is this is what you have, this is what you need, this is what this will do.
And it's never too late, is it?
Never too early or too late.
Some people say it's too late, and my father started investing big time in real estate when he was 50. And now he has an apartment complex and he has a beautiful home he lives in. And he started at the age of 50. Yeah. And so it's never too late. Now let's get into the 4 steps.
4 steps
of the process.
4 steps are you need to accept, which is first, and that's simple. Just accept that you need to do something. And I think, the book is called The Truth Helps, but hurts is crossed out. You know the old expression, truth hurts. It doesn't if you can accept it.
Right.
And the first step is to accept that you need to do something. Just get out of denial. And a lot of times people won't do that because it will affect their lifestyle. Well, if I accept I need to do something, that means I might need to save some money. And if I save some money, then I can't buy that boat or the purse or the shoes or go on that vacation. So the first thing is you need to accept that you need to do something. And then the next thing is decide to actually do it. Sounds like the same, but okay, I need to do something. I'm going to do something. And then the third one is the highest level of action, which is committing to do it.
Right.
And then the last one is to actually take action on
And
it.
I want to mention something that nowadays we can go to a restaurant. There's nothing wrong with the restaurant. I have a good friend in Greg Amsler with Salt Creek,
Right. Great place.
but we're not going to go there all the time. We're going to pick and choose our times in which we're going to go out to dinner. If you just pick and choose the things you did every day,
Right.
whether it be your Starbucks out or your gourmet coffee
Whatever
out,
it is.
whether it's, no matter what it is, there's places you can cut and you can slowly start keeping that money so I can continue to visit that favorite restaurant into my 60s and 70s.
Right now, have you had the sirdahi salad at Salt Creek?
It's the best.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
So
it's good.
I'm going. But what I always like to say is you have to live around your savings. Don't save around your living.
Okay.
And if you really understand what that means,
So get that again.
you have to live around your savings. Don't save around your living.
Right.
What that means is at the end of the day, you don't look and see what's left in your pocket and put it somewhere. You wake up in the morning, you take a piece out of your pocket, you put it somewhere, then you spend the rest of the day using what's left after what you planned on putting away is in place, working efficiently for you.
You know, I call that, there's a book that came out a while back called The Automated Automatic Millionaire. And the reason why is people's 401k, they become a millionaire in their 401k, it's automatic.
They
the
forget
mortgage
about it.
payment,
Set it and forget it.
30-year fixed, they pay off their house in 30 years,
Right.
it's automatic.
Right.
When things are automatic, you're able to be much more successful. And the last thing I was reading about was I think it was Truman that said this, the buck stops here.
Yes.
The buck stops with me. You know, and whether you liked him or not as a president, that's what it has to have. You have to decide and commit to take action.
You have to take responsibility.
For yourself.
And we live in a world of entitlement. I mean, whether it be us as adults or even our children these days are being grown up in a place where they think they're entitled to things. We have to sit down, we have to look at ourselves, look inside and say, am I doing what I need to do to take care of my responsibilities, whether it's myself, my future, my children, and take responsibility. And I'm at the point now in my career where I say, if you're not willing to do that, good luck. If you're willing to do it, I'm going to take you through that process and we're going to make you great.
Yeah.
But if not, we're not ready until you make that commitment. Just like a diet or an exercise regimen, you have to say, I want to do this and here are the steps I accept and I'm willing to pay the price.
And it's not that difficult. And just think of the lessons you teach your children and the lessons you teach so many. We're with Jerry Citarella, and we're talking about The Truth Helps. We're going to jump to a quick break, but when we come back, I want to go deeper with Jerry on life insurance because there's so much confusion with that. You're watching SCV TV, Out of the Rough.